bringing the message of hope, health, and healing. Richard and Betty Jean Money present Christ the Healer. Join Richard and Betty Jean as they exercise their divine call to present Christ the Healer, healer of the hopeless, the hurting, and the sick. With a message of comfort and victory today, Christ the Healer. And now your hosts, Evangelist Richard and Betty Jean Money.
Thank you so much for joining us today. This is Pastor Richard Money, and I'm Pastor Betty Jean Money, and today we have a special guest, which is Liza. And Liza, we're very honored to have you with us today. We would like for you to tell us a little bit about your testimony.
Start off, my testimony is going to be about my daughter, my divorce. That I lost my daughter, and
How did you lose your daughter?
well, I was going through court.
Were you going through a divorce?
I was going through a divorce, and when I went through a divorce, the judge ended up giving my ex-husband my daughter. And when that happened, we fought for 5 years. 5 years we went through a divorce, and a lot of struggles, a lot of trials I've been through with my daughter, and the judge ended up giving my ex-husband custody of my daughter. And at first I didn't understand why, and I would cry and I would tell God why. Why am I going through all this? Why, if you blessed me with a daughter, and I believe she was a miracle daughter, because at the time, when I got pregnant with her, I had my tubes tied.
Oh, wow. That is a miracle. Oh, wow. There's going to be a lot of women. Okay, we know that's a miracle.
And I got pregnant 7 years later with my daughter, and I believed that it was a miracle, and it was from God. And a year later, I was going through divorce, and we separated, and we were going through a divorce, and he ended up getting her, and I didn't understand why. I prayed a lot, and I asked God to. I came to a point where I thought I was going to go crazy. I couldn't think anymore. I just, all I wanted to do was cry and stay in the room and cry. I didn't want to do anything. I had other daughters. I didn't even want to pay attention to them. My focus was on my daughter, and I would cry. And one day I went in a room, and I locked myself in there, and I wanted to take my life. I said, God, I can't take this anymore, And I was in the room, and they were knocking on the door. I had a bottle of pills in my hand. I said, this is it. I can't go on anymore, God, because how can you give me a daughter and take her away from me? And when I went in there, I just prayed, and I screamed out. I said, Lord, you said that you would never leave me or forsake me. You said you will always be there. I said, you said you would never give me more than I can handle, and this is it. I can't handle this anymore. This is it. And right when I said that, I felt peace in my heart. I felt that God gave me peace, and he said, you have the peace, and I got out of that. I put the pills down, and I walked out of the room, and I just felt peace, and I felt love. And when I walked out, I said, Father, when I got up, I said, Father, please give me the love that I've never had for anybody, for these people. I said, give me that love. I need that love. I need that. If you gave me this peace right now, I need the love, because I'm hurting so much, and I don't want.
Was that the love for your ex-husband?
My ex.
The people that had come against you, that caused you to lose your daughter?
Yes, and that love that I have for these people now, it's like, it's a godly kind of love. It's no matter what they do or what anybody does, it's the love that I have, and the sincere love, a sincere love from my heart. And no matter what they do or what they say, God has still given me that love. But He gave me that love, even though I was going through. He knew what the trials I was going to go through, the tribulations, what I was going to endure through those 5 years that I was going through my divorce. And I kept that love to this day. I have that love, and God has helped me in that place with them. But I didn't lose my daughter, and God told me, you didn't lose your daughter. And what I I thank God for letting me know that she's not my daughter. She belongs to the Lord. The Lord let me have her, but I also gave her back to the Lord. And she's only here for me to raise in a godly kind of way.
And so you get to see her, you get to be with her?
Yes, ma'am. We got a joint custody, but even though she lives with her dad, I do get her every other weekend, and I do get to see her. I spend time with her. It's not that I lost her. I didn't lose her. And I still have her, and I thank God for that, because I could have lost her. I could never see her again, or other things could have happened. But the Lord worked it out where, right now she's in a good place. She's, in a godly place, and I get to see her, and I thank God for that. And
now I've seen you with your daughter, and I see how much she loves you, and that is so precious. That is so precious, because no matter what, there is a special bond between a mother and a daughter. A mother and a son is a special one too, but what I see between you and your daughter, I see a special love, and it is a special bond. And I know that you as a mother are a good mother. And so I know there are a lot of mothers who have probably beat themselves up and said, well, I was a bad mother, so they took my daughter away, and it's somebody else's fault, and they go through all those things that they go through. And I wanted to ask you too, you said you had some other daughters, you had a couple other daughters, and how did they, you said that you felt like you neglected them through this time, or?
Yes, I did feel like I neglected them. They were just, because I was always in my room crying, or I was in my daughter's room, my little girl's room, when I lost her, because we had fixed it up for her. And I would go in there and pray every day, and I didn't want anything to do with it, because I was so focused on my baby. She was a baby at the time. When they took her away from me, she was 1.5, around there. She was still a baby.
Yeah.
So to me, it was like when she was born, she was with me. I didn't work. I stayed home, so I had her 24/7. And my daughter told me, Mom, we're here. We're still here. I know you love her, but we're also here. And that opened my eyes, and I asked God to forgive me, because it was not all. I had to let go, and God showed me He showed me that I could let go, but I still had her. I still spoke to her. I could see her. I could pick her up. God helped me in that situation with my other daughters, and He gave us a more loving, close relationship with them.
That's good. That's good, because a lot of times kids think it's their fault. When parents go through a divorce, they think, well, it's my fault. I must have done something wrong. And I'm sure that your daughters all thought that maybe they had done something wrong too. And we're trying to bring peace to you, and not knowing how to bring peace to you. So how did you find peace? I know you said you prayed. So how did you come to that place of peace?
That place of peace, I started going to church. I started reading the Word, and really understanding that, that I didn't really lose my daughter. And I had to just understand that God blesses everybody with children, and it's nice that I didn't lose her. She was somewhere else. She was with her dad. She was okay. And a lot of prayer. Just a lot of prayer, and going to church and understanding, and really listening.
Well, we have a beautiful CD that we'd like to offer you free. This CD is beautiful music, and it's also healing scriptures. It's yours absolutely free. So if you'll just call us, write to us, we'll be more than happy to send this to you absolutely free. This is our gift to you from us. If we can help you in any way, there's a phone number there that you can call. We have prayer partners who will be glad to pray with you. Liza, I'd like for you to just look over in this camera over here and pray for other mothers that have been hurt like you've been hurt, and they're